As the Senate impeachment trial gets underway, former President Trump is also facing a number of ongoing state, criminal, and civil investigations into his conduct both before and during his time in the White House. Here's ABC's Devin Dwyer.
He's out of office, his bid to overturn the election shut down. Now former President Donald Trump faces growing legal scrutiny of his actions.
I think it's very possible that in the near future, we could see a criminal indictment filed against former President Donald Trump.
ABC News has learned Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger has opened the first formal investigation of Trump's phone calls to state officials seeking to overturn the results of the election.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Trump asking Raffensperger to find enough votes to help him win, even though Joe Biden's victory in Georgia had been certified twice.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
I identified 3 criminal statutes which I thought were violated.
Public interest attorney John Banzaf filed a series of complaints in Georgia that triggered the new investigation, outlining in a letter to state officials what he says are clear violations of state law.
Conspiracy to commit election fraud, solicitation to commit election fraud, intentional interference with an election official.
Do you think that this will be pursued ultimately?
I like to think that the Georgia officials will do what the law requires, that they will do a thorough investigation. And if they do, I think they will conclude that there has been a violation of criminal statutes and proceed accordingly.
Trump's attorneys deny the call was inappropriate, saying in their impeachment defense to the U.S. Senate that the president was simply expressing his opinion and did not threaten Raffensperger. But Fulton County's top prosecutor, District Attorney Fani Willis, says what she's heard is disturbing and that if election officials refer the case to her, she'll pursue it aggressively.
I know DA Willis, and she will move it as fast as possible. But she's not going to move it forward just to satisfy anyone, Democrat, Republican.
If she pursues this, I mean, we're talking potentially years of investigation, legal proceedings, and an uncertain outcome.
I have never seen anything like this. People in Georgia don't like to be messed with. So I don't think he's going to find a friendly audience here if they do decide to go forward on this case.
Raffensperger rebuffed Trump. The state's vote certified for Joe Biden. And 4 days after that call, the president held a rally to challenge the electoral count.
We fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Trump urging his supporters on January 6th to converge on the U.S. Capitol.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
The peaceful demonstration turned violent and deadly. Members of Congress scrambling for safety. At least 5 Americans were killed, including a Capitol police officer. Trump was impeached by the House for incitement of the insurrection. But now with that Senate trial underway, local prosecutors are deciding whether to charge him with a crime.
Under D.C. law, inciting violence is a misdemeanor offense. And it's my office's responsibility to investigate whether those words exceeded the First Amendment protection and went into a zone of criminality for inciting the mob that charged the Capitol.
There we go. At least 14 of the alleged insurrectionists now facing criminal charges have since said they were following Trump's encouragement, according to an ABC News analysis of court documents and news reports. The president's lawyer insists the mob acted on its own.
Just because somebody gave a speech and people got excited, that doesn't mean that the speech maker's fault. It's the people who got excited and did what they know is wrong.
The probes of Trump's post-election conduct joined several other civil and criminal investigations of Trump and his family business well underway.
We're getting documents each and every day. We are, again, seeking the testimony of certain individuals. We are reviewing all of those documents. It's thousands and thousands of documents.
New York Attorney General Letitia James has been scrutinizing whether Trump manipulated the value of some of his real estate holdings for tax and insurance purposes, zeroing in on at least 4 properties in 3 states.
Do you expect to depose the former president in this matter?
At this point in time, we do not expect to depose the President of the United States, but all of the options are on the table. It's important to know that this investigation is not based on politics. It's based on the law and the evidence. The investigation is not going to change simply because Donald Trump is now a private citizen.
Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance also continuing his criminal probe into possible bank, tax, and insurance fraud by the Trump Organization. Trump's attorneys deny wrongdoing and call both New York probes politically motivated. And they've asked the U.S. Supreme Court for a second time to block release of his tax returns. A decision is imminent.
The president's alleged fraud numbers in the tens of millions of dollars. Certainly, it looks to me like the president has some exposure to potential jail time.
And still facing fallout from allegations of sexual misconduct dating back decades, Trump could soon face deposition under oath.
I do.
A judge recently allowing the defamation case of Trump accuser and former Elle magazine writer E. Jean Carroll to move forward, as her attorney Roberta Kaplan vows to challenge the former president over his history of false and misleading statements. When we depose you, you're not going to get away with that, Kaplan told the Washington Post. He had the mantle of the presidency, and now that's gone.
I have no idea who this woman is. This is a woman who's also accused other men of things, as you know. It is a totally false accusation.
I think the fact that the Republicans are likely not to vote to convict Trump in the impeachment is all the more reason why, if he committed violations of the law, as I think he did in Georgia and may have in New York and other places, that he should be prosecuted for them. Otherwise, he gets off scot-free.
The investigations and possible prosecutions of a former American president are unprecedented, uncharted legal territory for Trump as that political showdown in the Senate gets underway. For ABC News Live, I'm Devin Dwyer in Washington.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.